Welcome back to Daytime. We're joined now by Peggie Pelosi, author of Corporate Karma, How Business Can Move Forward by Giving Back. Now, she's going to talk about companies and how to succeed just beyond the almighty buck.
Oh, absolutely.
Welcome to Daytime.
Thank you.
So, your book is very interesting because it talks a lot about how it's important for companies to donate their time as well. Tell us a little bit about your book.
Well, there's a collective consciousness going on in the business world right now where businesses realize that they have a responsibility to give back to the community, whether it's the local community or the global community. And my experience has been that when businesses integrate into their corporate culture a really strategic giving program, it is not just the right thing to do, but it becomes a really smart business thing to do.
Now, what gave you the idea to write this book? Because most people will write the how-to books, the success books, and the do's and don'ts, but this is something that I've never seen before.
Well, this is something new that's happening in the business world, and what I have found is that a lot of companies are writing checks. They're giving to charity. They want to give back. It's on their radar. They are giving away, but they're not involving their employees in the process. And when companies do involve employees, they reap the rewards of creating a really inspirational workplace. That was my own personal experience. I was a vice president of sales for a public company in the United States. And integrating a good giving program into that company turned the sales around. Sales more than doubled. The share value went up over 3,000%. It was really good for business. Wow. So I came back to Canada, which is my home, to start working with businesses to help them figure out how to do this well.
So now, is this a growing trend where more and more companies are really starting to donate not only just money, but time as well?
Yes, they are. I mean, I think businesses are realizing, as I said, that they need to give back to the community, but also that as individuals, all of us are hardwired to want to give back. And yet most people get so caught up in their day-to-dayness of life that they don't take the time, or they're overwhelmed with who to give to and how to do it and how to volunteer. When business embraces the opportunity to give employees that experience, to volunteer some time, to be able to make small financial contributions to a charity, and then link arms as an employee population to give back in a meaningful way, it allows the company to extend its mission beyond the balance sheet.
Now, some people would think, okay, it's just going to cost me money and time that I don't have. I'm stretched enough as it is. What do you say to that?
Well, what I say is that what this allows both businesses and individuals to do is to create for themselves an emotional profit center. People realize it's in the giving that we receive. That's an expression. Once people have had the opportunity to volunteer some time and give a little money away, the psychic rewards that come back to us make it all so worthwhile that people will find the time and the money when they realize the benefits.
Now, this is your first book that you've written, correct?
Yes.
Was there anything when writing this book that really surprised you?
Like, how hard it is to write a book.
Really?
I have so much more respect for authors now. It is. I'm not a writer, so that was, I mean, certainly one thing. And what was your question, Kevin?
Just if there was anything that surprised you, like if there was a company that had started doing it and they really jumped up to the top of the scale, like got some of that good corporate karma.
There are some wonderful examples of businesses that are doing this in a very meaningful way, and I write about some of them in the book. Just you know, off the top of my head, a company like Home Depot and their program with Kaboom, where they go in and help build playgrounds, and they bring their employees in to help build the playgrounds. They provide the material, and they involve community, the people living in the community, to come and help to build the playgrounds. So it's very inclusive and very relevant to the business that Home Depot is in. It's in construction. Another great example is a company called LensCrafters, which we all know, the eyeglass company, and they've got the Gift of Sight program. Very relevant to the business that they're in. They collect old glasses, they go out into the developing world and provide glasses for people in need.
All right.
Yeah, well, we're going to talk more about that, absolutely.
Yes, we are, right after the break.
Great, thanks.
Stay with us, more Peggie Pelosi after the break. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Well, we continue chatting with Peggie Pelosi, author of Corporate Karma, How Business Can Move Forward by Giving Back. Welcome back, Peggie.
Thank you.
And, oh, go ahead, Kevin.
So I was just going to ask you about some of the statistics. I know we were talking earlier during the break that more young people, when they look for a business, they're looking for a business that is giving back to the community as well.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
There's a real, this generation, it's called the millennial group, born between 1979 and 2001. All kinds of research has been done on these kids as they're graduating from school and looking for careers and looking for jobs, what they're looking for. And there's a real social consciousness in this generation. And they're saying they would rather go and work for a company, earn less money if that company stands for something and is making a difference and giving back. They feel it's the responsibility of themselves and of the workplace to make a difference. And that's being led by some of their role models like Bono, and the message that he's sending out that it is our responsibility to look after the rest of the world. We're blessed with abundance here, and there's a lot of need around the world.
So there's a lot of pressure in the corporate world too.
Right.
Okay, I see.
For employers to be able to offer that. Every employer can offer the same package when it comes to salary, when it comes to benefits, but this is one way that they can compete when they say, we have this opportunity for you to go out and volunteer and make a difference in your community.
Okay.
Now, what about consumers?
Well, there's a collective consciousness in the consumer world too, where again, this kind of social pressure where we're recognizing that there is need, that it is the responsibility of business somewhat to step up and fill that need. So as consumers, I know myself, if I have two companies that I can choose from buying a product from, and one of them is clearly making a difference, is giving something back, and we see examples of that all the time, I will support that company because it feels good for me. Then just know a little bit of my dollar is going to make a difference.
So how does a company get started with this sort of thing?
With a program like this? Well, first of all, and in the book we walk through, the book really is a how-to book, how businesses can get started, but there's sort of five areas that have to be focused on. And the first is leadership. It needs, the CEO, the president of the company has to embrace this. It has to come from the CEO so that people realize that this is something that's being considered important to business. So that message comes from the CEO, and then they have to find the right fit, the right charity fit, and something relevant relative to the business that they're in, or relevant, that it allows the business to extend its mission beyond the balance sheet. Then create employee involvement programs, so employees can make, whether it's through a payroll deduction, a small financial contribution every month, that there's volunteer opportunities, that there's fundraising opportunities. There's all kinds of ways employees can get involved. Communication program, so that it's well communicated through newsletters, website, however they communicate with their employees. And finally, set up some measurement tools so they can see if it's working, feel if it's working. It's kind of walking the halls and checking the buzz in the world.
And of course, this is all free advertising.
Well, it's wonderful. I mean, it is sort of as I said, that emotional profit center. When people find out that you're doing it, it gives the people in your community a good sense about you as a business.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much, Peggie.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Some great information. Stay right where you are. When we come back, Kara Bram's Myanmar Pavilion will be here to give us a preview of what they'll have coming up next weekend.
Hãy subscribe cho